Ali Drew for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Sean McComb, who has just had a go in the ring for the public workout. How are you feeling now we're in fight week?
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously due to COVID and stuff, we've missed a lot of this, and it's a first for me in a few years. So it's very exciting, and it's good to see a good crowd out with good weather and people starting to enjoy the start of fight week. I mean, it's not just fight night. There's a process of different things going on each day right up to the weigh-in, and then that brings the momentum of the week right into fight night. So it's a good start anyway with a good crowd here.
Back in Belfast, obviously, you know, your hometown. It's good to bring boxing back to Belfast. I think that's what the Conlans are trying to do.
Yeah, of course, Conlans have done it from the start. Belfast always have like big name fighters, special fighters. They always have, from Carl Frampton right through. Now Conlan stepped up, and even behind Mick, there's the likes of myself, Tyrone McKenna. There's headline acts here, Gary Cully in Ireland. You know, it's a special place for boxing, and it's good that the Conlans have brought it right back here in our home city and giving people like me an opportunity to showcase their skill in front of the home crowd. You know, it's special. Now
back in action Saturday night. What are you wanting from your performance?
Not to get hit, no bruises, no cuts. I just want a good, clean performance. I've had a good opportunity now to work with Pete Taylor, my new coach, for the last 8-9 months, where we've just been able to get better and work on things. And I would like to just bring it into practice now on this fight, and hopefully come October time get an opportunity at another title. So my main focus this week is just to have a good, clean performance.
You mentioned there your new team, new coaching setup. What was the motivation behind that?
My girlfriend just had a baby a couple of years ago, and my old coach Stanley Vaughan was setting up out in Dubai. It didn't really suit me at the time to move over there, so it was only right for me to move home at the time of having a new baby and a new business as well opening, to be closer to my family. And then Pete had given me a call just to say come down and join the stable, and Pete's a world-class coach, but at the time I didn't want to reach out because there was a wee bit of controversy between myself and Gary Cully as two lightweight prospects to fight each other, and he was part of that stable. But Pete contacted me and says, look, listen, don't worry about that nonsense. There's no reason why you both can't go on to become world champions. And he invited me down, and ever from it I've loved the training, and I've just loved the buzz about the gym, and it's just a good environment to be in for me, and it's perfect. It's worked out well.
I mean, world-class trainer and some world-class talent in the gym as well. How good is that to be surrounded by that day in, day out?
Yeah, we talk about it regularly. The sparring is unbelievable. Like you can imagine, you've got Gary Cully, you've got Tyrone McKenna, you've got myself, you've Tony McGlynn, you've Paul Ryan. These are all top operators, coming off a really high amateur pedigree, and then battering themselves with Pete. So it's really technical sparring, and it's just progressing us all at the same time together. It's amazing. It's unreal.
And you've been in training sort of non-stop since you went to that gym. You've had a few fights falling through. How frustrating has that been? And the fact that now you've finally got a fight date, you know, how good that feels?
Yeah, it's a relief, because I was sort of stuck in limbo there for a while, not knowing where my career was going or what way I was going with management and stuff. A few fights have fell through, and I was thinking, where am I going now? But as I said to Pete before, usually before I would have threw the head up and says, I'm not going back to training until I know what's going on in my career, because to be in camp, and for me especially driving to Belfast to Dublin every day for training, it's costly, especially with the price of diesel now. So it would have been very easy for me in the past to throw the head up and say, fuck this, I'm not going down there until I know when I'm fighting. But I've enjoyed the training so much that it's been easy for me to just go, I'm going to do something I enjoy doing. It's not the fact I'm going down and I'm hating it and I'm not happy. It was complete opposite. So it's frustrating not to have a fight date, but also at the same time it's good to be learning along the way.
And was one of the fights that was talked about with Anya Davis, and is that a fight that you would be looking for again?
Yeah, 100%. The contracts were sent. The purses were agreed, everything was done. Right up until 2 weeks before, I was telling I was still aware that I was fighting Anya Davis, and then my manager Lee Eaton contacted me and says, look, it looks like he's changed opponent. He's going to fight a Spanish guy, and for me, I was like, oh, not again. That was my breakthrough fight, and one that I was very confident of winning. So that's where I belong. That's where I want to be at, and they're the type of fights that excite me. So I want to get this fight out of the way and maybe look at that potentially in the next 10, 12 months. Why not? Perfect fight.
Now, you are on Michael Conlan's undercard. He's trying to get back to winning ways after the Lee Wood fight. Do you think that the rematch between Lee Wood and Michael Conlan will happen? And if it does, how do you see it going, bearing in mind how well Mick did for the first 11 rounds of that fight? We all know how it ended, but he did so well at the beginning.
I don't think the fight will ever happen. I just don't think Lee Wood would have it. Why would he? Mick Conlan put on a masterclass that night. And I've been a stablemate of Mick's for a long time on the Irish team together. We've been to all the major tournaments, and Mick has a really high boxing IQ. He'll have learned a lot from that fight with Lee Wood, even in the positives that was going on throughout the fight, let alone the knockout. He will have learned loads from that, and the second time around he'll be twice as good. I hope it does happen for Mick's sake, because I know it'll only go one way next time. But I think Lee Wood's smarter than that. But for boxing, I think it would be the right thing to do, as it was one of the fights of the year. It wasn't a contender for fight of the year, so Lee, get the fight going, get it going, Addy, get the pen out and let's have it.
Yeah, it was a fantastic fight. Hopefully see it again. But enjoy fight week and best of luck for Saturday night.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me. Thank you.